Hello and welcome everyone again to another video. And today's video I will be featuring the team I've been using a couple days ago, and in the last set I used this UI. I think I tanked around like 100 MMR, somewhat like that. So we went back to 2640, and in this video we're just gonna trying to climb back to the expert elo at least. And as you guys can see, we are still running the same team: Dragonair, Polyrat, and Charjabus. The team is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best. I think the best teams are the teams that feature Skarmory. Skarmory right now is probably the best Pokemon to use. And here we pick up a decent lead. I'm just gonna insta throw here because we outpace. Polyrat gets to an icy wind in 7th and 6th, while we can just get to a move every 5 fast moves. So I'm just going to try to overfarm as much as I can, then throw. And here I technically threw on CMP just to deny them from getting an extra counter. And we picked up both shields. I don't want to shield this. Why? Because I can just leave this lead. And since here's the thing, why didn't I shield it? Okay, I feel like I should explain this. This is the first tip in this video. I didn't shield here because even if I shield, I'm gonna win the lead, but I will be hella debuffed. I will be debuffed like 2 times, which mean my damage will be useless, and then I have to get out to reset the debuff. So the ideal scenario, just don't shield and leave this matchup with a shield advantage, and then rely on backline sweeping up a shield. So now we see a Skarmory in the back, so I insta swapped, and I'm just gonna insta throw the Scald, and hopefully we get a Scald debuff. A Scald debuff would help a lot here, because if I get a Scald debuff, I am not shielding. That's like the main thing. We get a Scald debuff, it's technically we don't need to shield. We're gonna call this, and we are going to keep throwing these Scalds. Now if I get a Scald debuff, I can live the Brave Bird, and technically they don't have enough health, so no matter what they have in the back, Dragonair should be able to beat whatever they have, because we are up a shield and we see that it's a Gligar. So I'm just going to insta throw this and farm all the way down after. It doesn't KO, but I should be able to farm down and leave this matchup with enough energy to beat this Skarmory, and that should be a good game. Okay, we see the Skarmory coming back. We do one Dragon Breath. We throw the Aqua Tail, and Aqua Tail does enough damage to pick up this game. And now moving into the next one, we playing Javier, and Javier is leading Chestnut. This Pokemon almost, we have 2 answers for this, and they swapped into Tentacruel. Ideally, you want to stay in and like chip it a bit, because 2 Scalds can technically KO the Whiscash, especially if they get an attack fell. So our damage isn't as impressive. So I decided to throw this one and to see how much damage I need, and then I realized that I just need 2 Mud Bombs. The problem is that we will give the Whiscash the Chestnut lots of energy. So my play is just let don't throw any charge move until you are 1 HP, and then throw the Skull just in case they get an attack fell. And now my opponent is loaded on energy. I cannot shield this because I can't. And ideally I should be throwing a move there, to be honest, for one reason, so I can have an easier matchup here. So we're throwing a Body Slam. I don't think Charizard can get to 2 moves here. Like, can get only 1, like, sorry, 2 moves, not 3. So I can just safely shield. I could have just also let it go and farm down with the Gligar. So there is many win cons to win this matchup. Opponent threw the super power. They ended the charge. I have a move, and so we're just gonna swap and throw the charge move and win this game. That was a GG. Moving into the next one, we have a Gligar into Polyrat. In this matchup, you want to throw the first move instantly, technically, but the first move doesn't KO. So in an ideal scenario, some people might not shield and just play the 0. Since they live the aerial. So I'm just gonna shield this. Since they shielded, the game isn't as bad, and I'm just gonna wait to see what they bring. And they brought in a Charjabuz. I know I should have thrown a Dig there just to chip them, but I don't care about winning swap. That's the thing. So we're just gonna Scald here. If we get a Scald debuff, we can just Mud Bump after and fast move down. We didn't get a Scald debuff, which means I get denied there. Wait, did I get denied? Look, I did 1 and then throw, and I get denied here. What the heck? How? Oh my dude, this game, I knew I get denied. I said on stream I get denied, and chat were like, no you didn't, that was a CMP or something. Okay, they live this. I don't care about winning swap here, to be honest, because we have two Pokemons that can comfortably handle the Poliwrath. So whatever they have in the back, we should have enough energy to beat. So they ended up having Gizzlord, so if they no shield, I'm just gonna swap out. They brought the Poliwrath and they get a move, so I'm just gonna shield. And from the shield, we will farm down, do good timing, and then throw a move. I could have honestly just also farm all the way down, but I think they are close. Okay, I actually should have just went for the full farm down. This doesn't KO, so we should live with enough health to win this game. And that was a GG. Moving into the next one. Okay, we have a Gligar into Gizzlord. This is not a tough matchup, to be honest, but it's an annoying matchup. Gizzlord wins this because it's just outbulk the Gligar. But I'm just going to throw on good timing here and just keep throwing these aerial aces. An aerial ace doesn't do that much, but it does enough for 2 aerial aces to KO. So we're just gonna throw this. I'm expecting my Gligar to be... Oh wait, I don't have Poliwrath. They ended up having... So they ended up having a Vigoroth. This matchup is actually more annoying than having a Poliwrath, because Vigoroth just is like very spammy and more bulky. And then the Shadow Poliwrath, not like then Poliwrath. And they end up outpacing here. We're like, on Poliwrath, you always outpace as a Dragonair. So that's like the more annoying matchup. And I'm just going for the full farm down because that was my only hope. I could have done one more Dragon Breath there, to be honest. But it's not the end of the world, because this matchup at this point is not losable. There is no way we could lose, because we have a hard answer here. So we're just going to swap and wait until the opponent top left. But the opponent didn't top left, so they decided to play it. So we're just going to keep throwing these, and we're gonna throw the Scald and win this game. Always throwing good timing. Make good plays a habit, okay? Just because you win doesn't mean you can throw in bad timing. Always throw in good timing if you can. Unless good timing means they will get to a move before you. This matchup is so scuffed. I honestly would rather be a Whiscash, because if Whiscash here gets a Scald debuff, Whiscash wins. If they don't get a Scald debuff, Gligar wins. It's literally depending on the Whiscash. Opponent here farmed to the Oblivion, and they ended up throwing Mud Bomb. Ideally, you want to throw Scald in the Whiscash mirror, and they brought in a Skarmory. So I need to get Scald debuffs. We get the Scald debuff. I'm gonna instantly throw and fish for another Scald debuff. If I get another Scald debuff, I can get to another charge move, no matter what they do. And now I should be living the Brave Bird. And this Mud Bomb should do enough damage to take them out. And they bring in a Dragonair. So we know that... I'm going Gligar here, to be honest, just because we know that Gligar is going to be useless against the loaded Whiscash. Since they shielded, I'm expecting... So I'm going to shield here. If they bring in their own Whiscash, I'm going to let them take me out, and I will be farming them all the way down. So what's the play here? Just a Dragon Breath. Okay, don't shield this. Shield the next, and then double body slam the backline. So I'm just gonna keep farming. This is what Dragonair is good at doing, which is farming down his stuff. Okay, and opponent realized that we have so many, and then they top left, and that's a 5-0, and we salvaged the Decision Y gameplay. That Decision Y gameplay was like actually horrendous. This matchup is actually a decent matchup. This is where like stab damage shows why you need stab moves on some Pokemons. In this matchup, Dunsparce's having decent charge moves, decent fast move. The problem with it, it's non-stab charge moves. With like Gligar here throwing a dig, and then Aerial Ace. And looking at the damage, we can gauge here that like this has been the damage for Rock Slides plus Rollouts, which mean I can easily live the next one. So we threw in CMP here intentionally. We know it's a CMP, and look at that, we ended up winning the 1-0. I'm just gonna get out and go to Whiscash, and at this point I think we're just gonna play safe. Since they didn't swap out, that means they might end up having a Skarmory, I'm assuming, or a Whiscash itself. And they don't want to swap because they know I have a Dragonair, so they would rather stay into this matchup. Opponent is still into this. Opponent still here, like, which mean they have something weak to this. So we're just going straight for the Scald, and all we need to do is just to play safe, because they have to call this, and that's why we didn't bait. Easy. Moving into the next one, Gligar into a Whiscash, another horrible lead. I think from now on, I'm just going to start going for the bait, to be honest, because everyone just shield, everyone just bait. So we're just gonna shield here. If they get the Scald debuff, okay, don't look, guys. This is bad, actually. This is actually bad. I'm supposed to go to Dragonair. I don't know why I threw the charge move. Like, Dig is single resisted. Aerial Ace is also single resisted, but Aerial Ace is a bad move, technically. It's below average. It's not bad. They buffed it. It used to be horrible. Now it's average. And now we're just gonna lose this game because of the misplay I had. So, shout out to the opponent. Actually, good play. Using Emolga as a safe swap. That was actually very brave of them to use, because I forget that thing actually has acrobatics. So we're just gonna give them the respect, and top left out of respect in that matchup. Skarmory lead. This is a tough one. This is where, like, this team struggles. Skarmory in the lead. They safe swap into Dragonite, so now we are just down bad. Like, how am I supposed to beat this team? But remember, I said in the past that meta teams are always the answer. So in this matchup, this is supposed to be a bad matchup, right? Dragonite resists everything from Whiscash. And look at this. My Whiscash is able to grab a shield, and he is double debuffed. What does that mean? That means I am not going to shield on Gligar. Yes, they are both shadows, but I'm not going to shield. I don't need to shield. They are double debuffed. We're going for the full farm down. I think shielding here is not ideal, but whatever, right? They should bring the Skarm again. So we're just going straight Dig. Dig is the move you want to throw here. And then we're going to swap out, and hopefully there is no hope. Yeah, there is no hope. We're just going to get fast moved all the way down. Very interesting team from the opponent. Technically, the Jellicent is tough for them. But to be honest, they handle most of the stuff pretty decently. I think they are just trying to... They use Dragonair to bait out the card bank, and then Dragonair usually sweep. And yeah, that was a good game. GG to the opponent. And very interesting team, ABA Flyer. It's been like long time since last time I saw ABA Flyers in the Open Great League. Empoleon. So we're just gonna go Dragonair. Opponent reacted by swapping into Dragonite. And this is something... Okay, tip number 2 of the day. When you are playing into a Dragon Breath or a Dragon Mirror, always look at the health bar, okay? So the first thing you need to pay attention to is who gets to the yellow first. So when you see who gets to the yellow first, you know who is going to win by shielding and farming all the way down. So now looking at the health, they get to the yellow before me, which means I can just shield and farm all the way down. So this is something that you're supposed to pay attention to. And you can see that we won this with lots of health. So whenever you are in Dragon Mirrors, look at the health. The first one to get to the yellow is the one that will lose it, okay? And we were able to flip swap. We were able to chip the Empoleon. I'm expecting Empoleon Double Dragon, which was a very popular team back in the days in Season 3-4 in the Ultra League Premier Classic. I'm just gonna overfarm as much as possible, and I think we all know what's in the back. It's not a double dragon, it's a Gligar, and that's why they stayed in. Okay, moving into the next battle, we have Gligar into Poliwrath. We've seen this matchup a million times so far. So the ideal play is just throw these aerial aces, and if they shield, you can just match their shields. And as we played it like the time before, like, just play the 1, don't play the 2. Opponent swapped into their own Gligar. I'm just going to put them into Scald or whatever, then go to Dragonair. I don't know why I went to Dragonair. Technically, ideally, I want to go to... so here, I am counting their moves. So technically, they were about to get to the Aerial Ace. So that's why I decided to throw the charge move here, because I would rather keep my health, okay? So now they should be bringing in Poliwrath, and they should be throwing their charge move as soon as possible. They let... well, I think it was a CMP, or they're just going for the full farm down. Well, they ended up throwing it because they realized that, okay, their Pokemon is just going to be useless and it will faint. And I'm just going to go Whiscash, and we see that they do have Decidueye, which is the reason we were we get back to we lost so many MMR. We ended up at 2600, and now we're trying to climb with this very meta team. And yeah, don't use Decidueye. It's just bad. It's just bad. I think that was the last battle. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.